world is full of conflict where I'm jumping over the terrace and getting out of the. I just get out of the jail, jump over the terrace, shoot people from high ground. Actually, I finished that, and after that, I got to a stable. Well, let's see where I exactly am.
This town doesn't have a moment's peace.
It's a gorgeous looking game.
Where did he get you?
No.
You!
But hell, if they weren't all waiting for me. Apparently, some of them thought I was Billy.
You hooligans can go to hell.
Once I am, how much I go.
I'm in it. Leave him to me. He's in town somewhere.
See, me and the kid shared a certain similarity in build and coloring. I was just glad I had Deputy Bob's mean-ass shotgun.
I'm here. Get your headstone.
There's children here.
Oh, no, that was just too damn close.
So much lead was whizzing by my head, it was like everyone in Lincoln wanted to put me in the ground. I knew I needed to find a horse. Though I never did have a great fondness for those four-legged grass eaters. Smelly, sweaty, ungrateful beasts.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? Okay, what is my melee? What? It's the same as. This game is.
Let's do this. We're gonna be in deep shit when Hack gets back. You can't have him. God damn you!
We're rising too high, if you ask me.
Thank you. Conrad's here.
Trust in stuff. Oh.
That town's going to hell in a handbasket.
Hang on. Free to kill.
But where was the kid while you were busy getting shot at? Gone. And that's when it occurred to me why Billy set me free.
No respect for decency.
Got that son of a bitch!
I could have just killed them.
So I could be a hapless decoy and draw attention while he snuck out of town.
Shot the son of a bitch! Boy,
I knew if I made it out of there in one piece, no one would put a price on my head.
Because everybody in Lincoln would be dead?
No, because they all thought I was Billy, and all that blame would fall on him. Meanwhile, Deputy Bob Ollinger was organizing a posse to put me down. He was already a mean son of a bitch, but he was doubly pissed that I stole his mean-ass shotgun. Anyway, it was me or them, and the only way forward led me straight to perdition. But the cards were dealt, and I had no choice but to play them.
Put some holes in it! Okay, now you're really pissing me off. Die! Get the women off the street! Arm yourselves! hell did he get away? I got this. He's hurt now. We're gonna be in deep shit when Pat gets back. I think I'll make it. Stop it! God damn you! Don't let him do it! Get out of here! I'll flank it! Kill him! We can take him!
Finally, I found what I was looking for. The stables on the edge of town.
Get it up!
Come on. Yeah.
I guess Billy saved your ass, taking out Bob Ollinger the way he did.
Billy didn't kill Bob.
Sure he did. Dispatched him right after he shot Deputy Bell.
No, sir. Because Bob came right up behind me, angry as hell that Billy had lit out. Hello, Bob. I said, I think you better let me go. And he says, I don't think so, boy. Not with my shotgun. So we stood there in the middle of the street, eyeball to eyeball. He intended to kill me, and I knew I had no choice but to defend myself.
Okay. I don't understand. Do it again. Oh. Okay. Yeah.
He intended to kill me, and I knew I had no choice but to defend myself.
What is this?
He intended to kill me, and I knew I had no choice but to defend myself. I killed him in a fair fight. Everybody saw I had no damn choice. Well, Lincoln got a mite depopulated that day. Pat Garrett gunned down Billy 3 months later, so his escape was all for naught anyway.
So where'd you go after Lincoln?
Mexico. Until I realized nobody was looking for me. I ended up taking a job with the Rurales.
The Mexican Rurales?
I was hired to help them track down the cowboys.
The most vicious outlaw gang in Cochise County? Curly Bill Brocious? Johnny Ringo?
Led by old man Clem himself.
They must have paid you a pretty penny to take them hombres on.
Not really. But truth be told, I had my own reasons for going after those boys.
Second man. The girl, Billy the Kid. One is an enemy and both of them stories.
So was the bastard you were after now riding with the cowboys?
Roscoe Bob Bryant was his name.
Oh.
But no, this time it was a different bastard I was after. The aforementioned Mr. Ringo. And yes, he was working for Old Man Clem.
Where's he going?
I came upon them robbing a stagecoach, which wasn't surprising, being they were such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man.
Over there! There!
I did my best to help those poor passengers.
Just paying you, partner!
Moments later, the attackers were dead, and I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing. None. It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They attacked from on high like Apaches often did.
Gee.
They would appear in great numbers from above and rain down lead on their hapless enemies' heads, making use of the high ground and whatever else they had. Yep, the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to it.
Hold on. Were you attacked by Apaches? What happened to the cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle, but I was holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force.
You can't outrun a bullet! Where's he going?
See, at the time, I was still pretty green and would often blunder into regrettable situations. But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up in those damn rocks. I didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was with the cowboys. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful wrong, and I was determined to have my revenge. But to get to Ringo, I knew I'd have to fight my way past these other assholes first. Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo. Another perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up. Finally, they managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, the odds of my survival seemed pretty slim. Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament. I ran ahead as if the devil himself was after me. Bullets were whizzing by my ears, but I wasn't about to roll over and die. I just kept running like there was no tomorrow. Because there wouldn't be if Clanton and his men caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang like this? Nowhere to run. I just kept running, not knowing where the hell I was going. And that's when something miraculous happened. Like manna from heaven, I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior. The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much-needed ammunition. Bat Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good, and he would know. And imagine my surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite to go along with that ammo. That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the hunted to become the hunter. Time.
All right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them.
That's right, Jack. I was done running. And the old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir. I came at them like a wildcat. My fury knew no bounds. Shoot that running son of a bitch! It was finally time for that old man to pay for his sins. I yelled out at the top of my lungs, Clanton, I'm coming for you!
The fuck? You bastard, bastard.
But I knew I could not let that deter me. Not if I was to find and kill Ringo. I needed to get that old man off that gun.
Sharpshooters. Okay. Sniper rifles. Anything else? Yes. For sure.
Where's the goddamn boat? So I gotta reload it. You one stupid zombie.
Let's go up.
What I ever do to you? Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon, but it was just me.
Old man. Okay. Boy.
Stop hiding from me!
Come on, Pokemon.
But you can't die.
How many guys are there?
Stop this! Oh, wait!
Ah. Something better, different.
These are good men you're killing! But you just...
Interesting.
Hey, let's see what you're made of, boy! Try me instead, you coward! You murderer!
What the hell, man?
What I ever do to you?
Yeah, so if you shoot the guys, they drop the dynamite at the feet. Which is good.
I don't know how you lived this long. You a stupid zombie. Show yourself. What I ever do to you?
Okay.
Oh, gotta reload. Wait, goddamn boat. Why are you so afraid to face me, huh? Would you just die? Damn contraption, damn the dick. I don't know how you live this long. Look at you, you yellow belly hot sapsucker. You a stupid zombie. What I ever do to you? Reloading, kid. Apparently, one of the cowboys made it out of there alive and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't the Mexican who took their father's life that day. They just assumed it was one of the Earps, and that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the Old K Corral.